322 462 km². 17 millions d'habitants.
Aqaba, or welcome. If only one word should be remembered, it's this one. It is the symbol of greetings and a spontaneous, warm smile. Located on the edge of the Gulf of Guinea, the Ivory Coast is one of the most fascinating destinations in Africa. It offers a wide variety of countrysides, a waterfront of over 550 kilometers, magnificent sand beaches on lagoons where fishing and water sports can be practiced. But far beyond the flora and wildlife beauty, its greatest wealth is its population. Over 60 different ethnic groups populate the Ivory Coast, combining modern and traditional values. The quality of its touristic beachfronts and hotel accommodations make your stay on the Ivory Coast a dream. Upon my arrival in Abidjan, the business capital, I immediately felt miles away from home. Nicknamed Africa's Manhattan because of its nightly lit waterfront skyline, Abidjan is known mostly for its liveliness and dynamism. The Ivory Coast is accepting of religious beliefs, where several confessions live together in harmony. St. Paul Cathedral bears witness of this. Its Christian cross and elephant facade dominate the city, the elephant symbol of the Ivory Coast.
La première pierre de la cathédrale Saint-Paul.
In the very heart of Abidjan, the St. Paul Cathedral's first stone was set by the Pope himself in 1980. After 5 years of construction, he came back to inaugurate it. There are 20% practicing Catholics here who come to pray or to commune with heaven. After this religious approach and the panoramic view of Abidjan, I went to the Casa Joma, a trendy place which displays the works of Ivory Coast contemporary artists and designers. In fact, it was a group idea. We wanted to create a place where everyone could get together, express themselves. A fun place. What can be purchased here? Essentially contemporary art, created by local artists and designers. Plus some African art, plain African art. It's an original idea. Can you also eat here? Yes, short order cooking. You can order salads or chupia, which is the local grill, cakes, drinks, hang out, and leave with the furniture. Everything is for sale, which is why it's named Kajazoma Takeaway. After a stop for modern art, I'm off to one of the city's markets, juste pour plaisir des yeux, as they say. The market is the country's crossroad for agricultural and cultural wealth. Cocody, along with Adjamé and Trécheville, is one of Abidjan's most surprising markets. Whether you are looking for traditional dress, a pretty necklace, or a magnificent statuette, you have to come to Cocody, where you will be impressed by the beauty of its objects and by the warm welcome from its merchants. I'm off to San Pedro, 300 kilometers west. This natural site, Gaolu's 7th Art Islands, were bought by a wealthy producer. Surrounded by a river and only accessible by pirogue, these islands are wonderful for a relaxing change of scenery. You are the keeper of the 7th Art Gardens. So where did this name come from?
Quite simply because the promoter of the site is a film director. And also because you can shoot beautiful footage here.
Ouais, c'est du rouge-à-lèvres naturel, quoi.
It's a coffee plant with coffee grains.
C'est ce qu'ils moudent.
It's what they grind. And for coffee.
It's coffee from Ivory Coast.
We will drink one later?
That for sure.
The city's reputation is tenfold thanks to former President Félix Houphouët-Boigny. His actions for the country's independence gave him the nickname Father of the Nation. Nearby the president's previous residence, I watched a crocodile's lunch in a lake reserved especially for them. The basilica has brought international resonance to Yamoussoukro. This is the most imposing religious edifice which the President Houphouët-Boigny offered to the Vatican. Designed by the talented architect Pierre Facoury, its style is a mixture of neoclassical and Greco-Roman, incorporating typical African elements of decor. The esplanade's 128 columns greet me. Inside is a rotunda allowing a panoramic view of the entire city of Yamoussoukro. These stained glass windows represent the largest surface of stained glass biblical scenes in the world. After 3 years of construction, this edifice was inaugurated on September 10, 1990. It was a gift from the President Félix Houphouët-Boigny to the Universal Catholic Church. I descend from these celestial visions, leaving Yamoussoukro, and head off to the Kondiaoukro village.
Les chefs et les anciens du village Kondiaoukro.
We were invited by the chief and the elders of Kondiaoukro, the weavers' village, to watch the goli traditional dance. Usually performed at funerals, today the dancing masks, the sound of horns and castanets are a sign of welcome. After the dance of the masks, I discover the weavers. This trade is passed down from father to son. Both young and old assemble the threads with exactitude, obtaining the bands which are then dyed with indigo, saffron, and other pigments. The bands are used for sewing the famous parios, woven shawls, and other decorative pieces. Sadly, I must leave the village and head on towards Awakro to see the sacred rocks. Their unsure balance, as if suspended along with the prehistorical traces found there, all give a strange feeling to this place.
Ce parc se situe à 150 km d'Abidjan et
situated 150 kilometers from Abidjan, this park is kept by its villagers. Captain Bru Paul, the site's promoter, tells of an ancient civilization. It makes you wonder while looking at the position of each rock and the way their shapes resemble a four-post bed, a woman's face, or a captain's cap. The Ivory Coast beaches are enjoyed by all. So are the lakes. The Nawa Falls are a natural site where the elements surge vigorously to the riverbed. The first man to discover them went to his brothers and said, "I discovered a magnificent river." They asked, "What sign did you leave as a proof that you were there?" He answered, "I cut a bark chip of wood and threw it in." And since that day, it's known as the Nawa Falls.